Fire, you be denier, lovers answer. When you touch my heart, oh, heaven. Hey, Tanya. Ooh, I'm tired. Oh, I was over there on Brittany's channel. That was fun. Hey, Joe. Plant Lover Lisa. Not my real name. MW. Tanya. Hey, Sly. Just over there on Brittany's channel, and I had the pleasure of talking to Whitney Lee for the first time. Hey, healthy chick. And just listening to someone who's been up my ass for 7 years and still look as shitty. Can someone give me like the link to Britney's live that just ended so you could watch it? Because she's someone who's just a hater, and no matter what you do, it's never good enough. So, oh yeah. It was on. It was me, Brittany, Whitney, and William from Brooklyn. So an all-star team on that one. Oh, that was absolutely scuzz. That's why I said Robin. I didn't post all of it, but it was all Muzz's legalese over like Brooke's fucking fake strike on me. And it's like, haven't you done enough to me and my husband for like, over like the last 10 years, but like over like the last 2 weeks still? Brooke, hey Amber, Karen Glitter, Paula, like you didn't do enough. So Brooke tries to strike me doing the commentary on her just ridiculously heinous live about me the day after because she's mad that I'm going after Debbie. I mean, it was like so ridiculous, and like even like even the thing like when you strike people now, and I'm not sure if people on YouTube know it, but even when you strike people now and you fail, you get an email. So YouTube emailed me and they were saying, well, this crazy eyeball tried to strike you, and then we felt you were right in the matter and justified. Her claim is dismissed and whatever, and just sad. But please, guys, do me a favor. We've gotten a strike on Cooch. Please continue to report them, especially like the ones where they're calling me killer and stuff like that, and just keep reporting them because see what they're doing. They're trying to report me to get my channel down because they got caught with the stuff of Cody's mom. They got caught trying to cover it up for 2 weeks. They got caught using Paul as a sacrificial lamb. And now they're getting caught trying to cover it up for the second time. So please just keep reporting. And anybody helping these people who just did that to my family or Cody's family, like, it's not good. And you know, that part's over with now. and I'm not going to want to talk about it. All I'm saying is that we just had Whitney. Well, Brittany had Whitney Lee up, and ugh, I was really hoping that she was going to deliver better. To be honest with you, but it was just lie after lie, and I called her out on each one of them. Hey, Brittany, if you can let me play it, I'll play it right here now. Is it still up on Brittany's channel? I'll play it because it was on Brittany's channel. Wait, what? I'm looking for that comment. Hold on. Can you retype it? I don't even want to talk about it. I was like I started this live. I'm like, I'm sorry. They're clearly losing their shit. I'm getting false strikes, and they're doing their damnedest to cover this up. And I'm just thinking, like, Glenn Cracked Tony is gay, and Glenn Cracked Tony the dentist supports Yahoo Boy making fun of gay people. That's just icky. I was thinking of like the playback in my head from Britney's just a second ago, and Glenn Crack was in there. But you're a gay man, Tony Glenn Crack, and you're okay with all that shit he does. Cool, good for you, bro. But you know what? Tony Glenn Crack has all the money in the world, and he's not a horrible looking person. Is a dentist. Probably has a nice car, and I know the family has a lot of money. And still, he dies on the sword by me. Only goes to show you that, like, money isn't everything, people. Money isn't everything, because I have 1/1000th of what that guy has, and at least I know that me and my husband love each other, and I don't have to rely on the strangers of YouTube to hug me at night. Cody, give me 1 second, guys. Reagan, if you want to come up, here's the link. Oh, you know what? If Whitney Lee, if you want to come back up and finish the conversation, I'd be happy to have you. Whitney, if you want to come back up, take the link. And tell me Christy Memes isn't involved when she's striking me along with her friends trying to get my channel taken down. Oh, Tenhead, go over to Brittany's channel if you want to see me humiliate her, because I gave it to her good. I don't know who the fucking laughing lady is. That was the first and only time I've ever seen her. I'm probably not even gonna be like live that long because I'm tired, and I really just don't want to talk about. I kind of wanted to give Whitney the opportunity to finish the conversation that we were having, but clearly that's not going to happen either. Let me see if I can find Brittany's channel. Yeah, no, I'm not going to commentate on it. Go over there and watch it. You can see it. You don't need me to like commentate on how stupid she looks. You don't. I'm tired. My YouTube history. Oh, and like I just found out that Brooke did a fireworks live after mine was already started. That's just as sad as her doing like the fucking like 12 days of Christmas song with our lyrics that she stole. So she had to take our Christmas song and our lyrics. And then she saw I was going live because there's a post about it on Reddit that, and I didn't even know that Brooke was live until I saw the Reddit post. But I was live showing the fireworks because we get them here, right? And Brooke decided to go live and do the same thing. Come on. And then fall striking. I thought these people all hated me and wanted nothing to do with me. Weird. It's just weird. I didn't even watch it. I don't even know where she was. Was she on vacation? Was she in a hotel room? What color was the paper? Like, did she shit? Did she have Wendy's? Did they go to her parents' house? What?
Who was striking?
Brooke.
Brooke was striking people?
Me.
Why? For what?
For doing her comments, for doing commentary on her live. And she had Muzz write it because it's all Muzz's handwriting. Anybody who I could show you the whole thing that was written in Muzz legalese.
Idiots.
Muzzleese.
That's why they're friends with Paul.
And if you didn't have enough with us, like you still gotta fuck with us. Like they
don't stop. They never will. They never
have. No, they're going to.
They're just fucking psychos. They're weirdos with the fucking head. They're the ones that are called the bad batch. The ones that fall too quickly and you gotta kick them to the side.
I just don't understand it.
That's who they are.
And now they can't all let this go now, right? Because it was their fault. And they did it, and we got all the cop calls, even though they tried to bury it and sweep it and say, we're the crazy ones. And now what's next? Okay, we'll strike the channel. I'll do this, do that. It's like fucking...
This idiot's being fucking idiots. That's what it is.
That's all she literally does is play other people's stuff. Unless she has Paul on her live where he's blowing smoke up her twat for fucking 5 hours. It's one or the other. But now I know to strike Brooke for every time she plays one of my TikToks for super chats. I'm going to elevate my scrotum, Brooke, just like you like it. And let me read something about repercussions. So let me just say something about Vault and her bullshit apology or whatever you want to call it.
Doesn't even matter.
Hold on. Let me read this. This is not going to be a long live because I actually want to lay down and watch a movie. My lives were not long at all. The first one was 45 minutes. The second one was like 45 minutes, and this will be less than that, I promise.
Watching the My Little Pony movie, so if you want to come hang out with me and Marshmallow Kitty,
I tried to play Final Fantasy, and I had an issue with an enemy, and me and the enemy are still at an impasse at the moment. So
you are still enemies with the enemy.
I still have to figure out how to
So
dispatch of said enemy on my game.
How does that make sense?
Me and this enemy on Final Fantasy had a meeting, and they were like,
so he's not your summon chat.
They're like, go home, your mama wants you. And I was like, okay, all right. I'm like, okay, boo, you got me this time. So,
your ass to the bus. Your ass needs to go home. That's what he was telling you. He said, you ain't ready yet.
It was a summon, and that summon said, go home, your mama wants you. And I said, oh shit, she sure does.
Take your ass home. Come back around here
tomorrow. I have to gain some levels and learn some shit. But tomorrow,
listen, go home. I call your mom. You come back around here not ready, I'll whoop that ass again.
Okay, so Vault says, I'm not sure what language this needs to be said in, but there is no they. I do not support the call to the police. It was unwarranted if the issue was with the whole thing with the deal with John. Not that any of us would get the same respect in return, which you would, and I think you know that. We don't like Paul, but see, here's the thing, and it's fair to say that Vault doesn't like Paul, and it's fair to say that Ida didn't like Paul, and it's fair to say that maybe Jennifer Friedman Positivity didn't like Paul, and they did say over and over again they didn't like Paul. But you know who liked Paul? Maria.
Brooke.
And Maria was the one that kept Paul around, despite all you saying how much you hate him. We read the group chats. I've seen them. I know that you all vociferously hated Paul.
But they have to cover the tracks.
You all didn't like him. We all read them together. We're not stupid like you are. We could read. And we all read that you hated Paul. But you know, the one person that didn't hate Paul was Maria. And the one person that kept Paul around, wait for it, it rhymes with Papilla.
All of them. They all kept him around.
And then, even though they all hated Paul and they all blocked him, guess whose chat Paul was always in? Maria's. And all of theirs.
See, that's what I just said. I said all of them.
Because at no point did Maria ever say this guy is shit like you all say he is. She said, well, I like him, so that's it.
Underneath all that, he's a good person.
So you can't say like we don't like the word they or that. Well, y'all, they were the ones keeping Paul around because Paul wasn't over here. And I don't know these people saying like, I was the one that brought Paul into the community. Well, I didn't. I was in the hospital. He appeared as a counselor, and guess what? Even if I was the one, I cut those strings 2 years ago.
Exactly.
Because I knew he was a creepy motherfucker. Who are the ones that kept him around for the last 2 years? I'm sorry, Maria. Huh? So back to more of Vault's bullshit.
Make that make sense.
Not that any of us would give the same respect return. We don't like Paul, never have, and I can pinpoint the exact day he annoyed the fuck out of me 2 years ago. And I can tell you how much that Anne and Maria talked shit about you when we were also friends 2 years ago, but that doesn't matter, does it? Yes, we're mad. We keep getting lumped in like we knew this was going to happen. Like we knew about this crap 2 weeks ago. But you did. You did. You know why you knew? Because of your bullshit fucking lives. When it first happened 2 weeks ago. Because isn't it funny? Now think about this. Isn't it funny when I did the first live, when I was mad when it first happened, nobody needed a lick of evidence from me at all. And notice how not Brooke, Anne, Maria, Vol, all of them, not one of them said I was lying then. Terry Lynn, they were all calling him out. And no one demanded the video footage and the FOIAs and the police and all the shit that we got. And then when they realized we couldn't get the FOIA or whatever, then they're like, it's all made up. It's fake. They're lying. So wouldn't you have the same outrage, Vault or Brooke or Terry Lynn or whoever else, from the second it started until the second it ended? But no, you didn't have the same outrage at all. All of you, Heidi, all of you went live. You got mad the first night when it happened on June 19th, and all of you, every single fucking one of you, for 2 weeks afterwards, went live every day and said, we're making it up. Police were never called, despite them grilling Paul and getting a confession out of him. And then every day after that, all of them went from, oh my God, this is crazy. How dare you do this? To John and Cody are lying. The police are there. And then Brooke goes so far as to say last night that Debbie was in her right to do it and should have called Crime Stoppers and got a fucking reward off of it. And you're going to tell these people weren't in on it from the beginning because that outrage would have stayed the same outrage from onset. You just don't turn it on and turn it off like that. You would have had the same outrage from onset like I did. Because let me ask you guys something. Throughout that whole 2-week period, did my rage ever falter? Was I don't want to say even keeled, but was I at the same level of rage I was the whole time? At any point that was I like, oh, hi guys, by the way, we had strawberries today. Great day. No, I was pretty consistent on the level of fucking rage, disgust, revenge, whatever I had in my mind at that second. Like I was on point. But these people who are so enraged like me and all you good people in my chat who are also mad. We were all mad. Oh, the whole world was mad except Maria. Maria was the only one that wasn't mad. Because even the next day, Maria was defending Paul. Even the next day, look at my community tab. Maria's defending Paul on the 20th or the 21st. And I said, wow, she's already defending this man who just did this. And she says, I will defend whoever I want. And you're going to tell me that these people didn't know the whole time? And Volt, maybe you were the little piggy that was left out. I don't know. But there's no way. And then Brooke, for all them to go live again, and isn't it funny that day when I'm posting on my community tab all the letters we're getting from both police stations, and then all of a sudden, when they see now, they're saying at the same time, we're still making it up, but then Brooke has to go live and say, we got text between you and Debbie saying that you're 10 minutes from the scene. Where was this 2 weeks ago? Because Brooke knew, Maria knew. Because how did Brooke come up with, and like, we didn't even know that it was Debbie that made the phone call, but they did. How did they know it was Debbie before the FOIA ever came out? They knew it was Debbie before we even got to like the person who actually found the record. They knew it was Debbie. And then all of a sudden, they had text between Debbie and Paul saying they're only 10 minutes away from each other. But why wasn't that said 2 weeks ago on the original live? So Brooke, by far, was in it. And to all those people being mentioned, don't be surprised. I said legal stuff is happening. So y'all cross the fucking line. To go back to Volt's rest of her bullshit thing. Yes, we're mad we keep getting lumped in like we knew this was going to happen. And I'm reading this off Reddit. But, okay, she goes, like, we're mad. Well, Volt, if you don't like being called they, who's the we in where? You're saying we are. We don't like being grouped in together. Who's the we? If you don't like being called they, but you speak to your group of people in the fourth person,
Tell him. Tell him.
you can't speak for yourself in the fourth person and say we. We're not guilty. We aren't behind this. We don't like being lumped in. You should be saying, I am not guilty. I don't like being lumped in. I have no part of this. And I find this disgusting. So, Brooke, if you want to go after grammar, there you go for your good old friend. Because Brooke went live and said, and John, when you're trying to lie, you're lying at Angela's house and you were saying, well, I'm here or here when you should have said, I'm there. Well, you know what, Brooke? I'm not as skilled a fucking liar as you are. I only didn't say I was there because you're trying to send police to wherever my husband was to try and get him arrested. So, but Volty, let me tell you something. You don't start off a community post saying, I don't like this say, and everyone, we don't like the they, we don't like the they, we don't like the they, we're being grouped in. We, where? So you are a they because you couldn't be a we if you weren't a they.
Exactly.
Or am I making too much sense again?
Oh no, you have to say
because these people said, John, stop drinking, and I listened, and look how more cogent I am and concise I am, especially at 1:46 in the morning. You do this live a year ago. I'm probably swinging from the fucking chandelier at the moment. So Vault can't be mad. We don't like being called they. Huh? She literally says, we don't like being called they.
Okay, so you want to be called we?
I
Makes no fucking sense. I don't even.
Huh?
They're just stupid. They don't even fucking know.
Yes, we're mad that Paul seems to be behind the scenes that impact people's lives. But Vault, you knew about what Paul was doing for months. We read the group chats. You all fucking said he was a troublemaker over and over. And to your credit, you did. But who kept him around? Maria.
And you?
He was in every one of your chats. But then you don't like being called they, but you're we.
Who's the rest of we?
And there was a time when Paul was in your group chat. When I say we have thousands of pages we haven't gotten to yet, there's Paul in the group chat.
And really, we.
And it's Maria that kept him around. And why would Maria keep such a heinous person around? Because just like Sarah Z said in the group chat, Paul will do anything to make fucking Maria happy. And that's Sarah Z words.
Mm-hmm.
Finding out how many people you reach out to is even more infuriating. Did you really say that, Bolt? Finding out how many people he reached out to is even more infuriating? Vault, your friends Maria, who knew about it, and even Anne knew about it, and then all of you knew about it, and you said, well, we knew about it, but we weren't going to stop it from happening because fuck John. He deserves it. I mean, you didn't say it like that, but that's what you fucking meant.
Of course. That's
why should we help him? Why look what he's done to us.
Nobody's stupid. We all know what you meant.
You know, and Anne gets mad because I put devil horns on her mom's picture, but she forgets the devil horns that that Maria put on Brooke's dad's. Right? And they forget that was all years ago, but this is happening right now in real fucking time. And that shit was years ago. But I heard Ann say it yesterday. Well, fuck John. Like, you know, why would we tell him? No, don't say. But you're all cancer survivors, right? So, but you're all going against family and all that stuff. But so Cody's mom, and by Volt's own admission, Volt said, you know, Cody's not a bad guy. He just sparks from the background. That's all he does. And that's what Volt just said 2 days ago on Brooks. So, fuck John, but you knew it happened. So, Volt, you're getting upset, but Yahoo Boy knew it happened. Bambi knew it happened. Maria knew it happened. SoFlo knew it happened. And Debbie knew it happened. And then you all, Volt and Ida and everybody are listening to me go crazy, trying to figure out who was behind it. And Volt, here's the moment of truth right now. Volt, you all heard me going crazy, trying to figure out who was behind it, right? And then you all heard me make threats against everybody, right? But meanwhile, Maria knew who was behind it the whole time. And so did Yahoo. And so did Bambi. Aren't these your friends? And Amzi? They all knew from jump. So every time they watched me go live and get mad, they all knew. Vault, are you listening? I really wish you would come up here now. I almost feel like I can get through to her. I don't know what it is. I kind of almost feel like Vault is really I don't know, but do you understand? Every time I went live and you all went and you were, unless you're all full of shit, it's either you're all full of shit or I might make sense to you. Because every time I went live after it happened, everything, making threats, Maria and Yahoo and Bambi and Amzi all knew. And you saw me crying and losing my shit about what was being done to my husband and a sick mother. And Vault. So are you going to tell me that Maria never eased your mind? Sweets and Beyond. When I was saying about you being related to the guy and your husband, and you said you went live and you were panicking, right? Sweets and Beyond. Did Maria ever tell you, well, I knew the whole time. I knew it was Paul because Paul was asking a lot of people to do it. But I said no, but I didn't stop it because John Yates deserves it. Or am I making too much sense again? Because I would love to hear it. And this will be the last live I do for a while until I get an answer from one of them because I really am sick of talking about this. But I think that's a question that's worth posing, to be honest with you. Because I'm tired of hearing about the threats and the threats and the threats. But when I say they, it's they, and you say we, it's we. So, Vault, and I know Brooke is guilty because she's evil. Vault, Sweets, Jennifer, when you saw me go live, losing my mind, and you all defended me, mind you. I'm not saying that to get brownie points with you. I'm just saying that at some point you found what humanity you had left in you, and you all agreed that what was being done to Cody's mom and Cody was wrong. Now, you all agree with it when it first happened on the 19th, and you all agree with it after this, me, Rakin, Geneva, this whole team over here did God's fucking work and got the truth out there. And you saw me kept, and we were pretty defeated because we couldn't get it. But I said, and everybody in the chat, I mean, like, we got the info. So, and it wasn't until then, until their stories changed, all of a sudden, oh, Maria's trying to find the information. Meanwhile, I'm posting Indian River Police stuff, Sebastian Police stuff the whole fucking day. They knew we were going to get our answer, especially after we got the ring camera footage. After we got the ring camera footage, it was on. Like, there's no police. All we had to do is send the ring camera footage to the both police places, and that was it. And then the ball started rolling. But I didn't hear them trying to get to the bottom of it after it happened, because all I heard after it happened on the 19th, that every day after that, they deleted Paul's live. And then every day after that, Maria went live, Heidi went live, Brooke went live and said that me and Cody were faking it, that the police were never called. And so much so is that Cody's mom was never sick. So I really want to ask an honest question to the people who really felt threatened by my threats, who had to go live and cry. Meanwhile, I kept threatening because they kept saying we were lying more and more about it, and they were the ones behind it. Muskrat or whoever else, if you were truly worried about yourself, and like you said to Paul, John can drive to us, and he could and Jennifer's, he could even drive to Canada and get us. So if you were really that scared, like you said, did you say the same thing to Maria? Because Maria could have told you the whole time who was behind it, and then I would have had it. And no threat would have ever been placed. And then you all saw me, right? Maria's all her best friends. You all saw me go live. Meanwhile, she knew it. Yahoo Boy knew it. Amzi knew it. So it's either one or the other. Either you really were scared and your friend Maria let you believe it because it fit her narrative. So which way is it? Yeah, we're all the sane ones over here. We know. Um, but you can't have it each way. Because if I were Vault and I really didn't know, and I don't like being called they, but we're we, I'd be pissed because she knew the whole time, and she's repeatedly said since this has come out that she didn't. She said she wouldn't do it, but didn't put a stop to it. Anne said she wouldn't put a stop to it. Brooke said she wouldn't put a stop to it. Brooke said that Debbie should have fucking called Crime Stoppers and got a reward off of it. The day after, she says that Paul is the worst person on earth for doing what he did to Cody and his family. So, which way is it, Brooke? The thing is, they were all in on it. They, with the we, were all in on it, and they used Paul as the scapegoat because he's overseas. Because I showed all the text while he was planning it, and he wasn't terribly frightened for him and his family. It's all my community tab. I'm not going to replay it again. And they promised Debbie that they protect her if she did it. Because remember how Paul said that DeFoy would never be found? Because they called it into the wrong police station at first, knowing it would get transferred. And everything talk about elaborate plans, and then they say, well, fuck John. Well,
Yep.
thank you for coming up.
Hang on, let me put my ear.
Everyone be respectful to Vault right now in the chat, please, because I know it took a lot for her to come up here right now, and let's be respectful to her. I don't want any bad comments about her in the chat. Give me 1 second, Vault. I didn't think you were going to come up. All right. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. Go ahead. What was the question?
Well, obviously you were listening.
I was woken up, so I wasn't listening to the whole thing. So go ahead. Sorry.
My question is, okay. I was tipped off, right? I've shown that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys, and with my respect, all of you went live the day, what I was saying is that no one needed proof from me the day it happened. The day it happened, I got tipped off and I went live and I said a lot of shit. But no one demanded any proof from me that day. And then all of you went live. Brooke was live at the same time I was. I don't remember who was live. It was a lot going on that night. I know that Terry Lynn and Brooke were together. You at some point were live with Heidi and grilling him. Everybody was grilling Paul that day on the 19th without any type of proof that you so much demanded from me 2 weeks later, which I really respected. And I listened to all of you and I was happy with it. So my question, my first question is, you got Paul to admit that he was in on it,
Mm-hmm.
during that live 2 weeks ago. Um, why did the narrative change after that?
I don't understand how you're saying the narrative changed, because
Okay,
there was no narrative changing. So I know what happened after that is a lot of shit went down. We all grilled Paul because we found out Paul was asking people like SoFlo and whoever the hell else he was asking. So then we, like you, started making calls. So
but
then we
okay,
like
wait, Vault.
what?
I've heard you all say, but like, we don't owe John any favors. Like, why would we
We
care?
don't.
But so why would you make calls? Because that's what you're saying right now. Like you're saying, I heard Ann on your channel yesterday. Well,
Mm-hmm.
if fuck, is it bad? Yeah, but like, we don't owe John. So why would you go and make calls if you didn't feel like you didn't to do us any favors? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense.
Because like you, and we're announcing that no records were taken or whatever. And then you started saying, wow, these people are
No,
related,
records. Wait.
like the call records or whatever, the
Well, no,
FOIAs,
yeah,
whatever.
because we couldn't find them at first.
And the same thing happened here. The
I
same
know, but
thing happened. So
no,
then that's when the question kicked in of what the hell is going on. And then I guess the cops were called sometime in February of 2023. I don't even know. And so
no,
that's what, okay, well, that's what the police
no,
department said.
no. I have it on my community tab. The last time the police were there in or in 2020.
I said
No,
2023 is what we
no,
got.
it's
But
on my. I
anyway,
have it posted on
he,
my tab.
so,
I'm not
but
here to
what,
grill you. I'm here to actually have an adult conversation with you, and like I'm trying to be as respectful as possible. So I don't want you to feel like, and if I do get like a little John with you, it's just like, this is a very hot issue with me and my husband right now. So, and again, thank you for coming up. I know it's not easy for you to walk into the lion's den right now. So I really do. I do appreciate that. Okay. So you guys were like all for it on the 19th. Terry Lynn grilled him for hours. But then you were saying, well, we couldn't get the report. So why would you guys believe all of a sudden that it didn't happen, especially knowing that I was already tipped off? Because the narrative changed. You guys all were like attacking Paul and like, this is horrible. And then as soon as you heard me say like the day or the day after, like I can't get the FOIA, like, we're getting roadblocks, then all of a sudden we made it up. And you guys were saying that on Heidi's, everywhere, that the police were never there. Are you there still? Narrative. Yeah. You still there, Volt? Well, I hope she comes back. I actually thought I might get somewhere. Oh, she's back. Hi.
hey,
Did you hear like what I just said?
no, it totally, I could
Okay,
see you
so
moving,
basically
but
what I was like in a nutshell, I was saying like, this happened and then whether it was like the next day or the day after, like I was saying I couldn't get the FOIA, and then and you don't like we being called they, but you speak as we. But then all of you, were going live every day very unfairly, saying not only did the police never come, but that Paul was innocent.
Who
And
said Paul
that
was
Cody's
innocent?
mom was never sick like that. We're lying.
Who said Paul was innocent? Whoever
Um,
said that. And
well,
whoever said
well,
Cody's mom is not sick. The
no, that wasn't Heidi. I
the
well,
question the
well, Heidi
question
said that me and Cody are scamming and going off fake cancer. I had the clip,
Okay, well, I
guys.
if that happened, if that happened, I don't know about it.
All right, well, let me ask you a question. All of you heard my threats, and what we went through was just horrific. And I know we've all hate each other online and shit like that, and but never in a million years. And Volt, I honestly think that if it was your mother, like I think that you'd know that I would tell you or try. Like I just never thought in a million years that that would get to that level where not only are you stopping my husband from seeing his sick mother, but trying to get him arrested in front of her. And you don't like the whole they thing, but like, Maria's the one that kept Paul around. Like, we've read your group chats, you know it. We've all seen you talk horribly about him. With due respect, he's a horrible person. And to your credit, and Jennifer's, and whoever else was in that group chat that was saying, it was pretty much everybody but Maria. But Maria was the one that kept him around ultimately. And like when you say they, then like who's in everyone's group chat? Paul's in all your, I mean, not group chat, in your YouTube chats, and well respected, and maybe you have him blocked, and maybe Jennifer does, but that doesn't mean that everybody else does. So when he's in those, and we read we read Sarah Z say, like, Paul will do anything for Maria as long as, like, he's on her good side. So when you see stuff like that, and also the stuff that we read back on in February about when Dreamsicle said to send the cops to Angela's house, when we were there breaking that story about Michael leaving. And, if you guys want to say it's a joke, it's a joke. But like, we have to think there was no, oh no, that's not funny, I hope you're joking. But that's besides that's besides the point. My question is, you guys were worried about the threats. Clearly, that she's been in the loop about this since before it happened, because Paul was asking a lot of people. I was reading your community tab thing about the whole day, and like, we didn't know and whatever. So when you all heard me go live every night at the end of my rope, and I said that a whole bunch of times, because you don't know what it's like to go through this, A, and then B, have the people putting you through this say you're a fucking liar. I mean, it's gasoline on a fire. When I was saying that every night, Maria knew the whole time. Yahoo knew the whole time. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how often you talk to Phil, but he's always in your chat. Like, I know you're from, I know you're like that with Maria, though. I don't know if you're close with Bambi, but she knew. I don't know if you're close with Amzi, but she knew. But I'm going to use Maria, because Maria is the one who knew. And you heard me say this, and like, you heard me, with Sweets and Beyond, or whoever else I mentioned. Like, I just wanted names. And I thought, that I wanted to know who was behind it. So like, were you really out of the loop? Because either like you knew it from the whole time, or at some point you had to have said, hey Maria, do you know anything about this? And if she told you no, because then none of you can say we were worried about the threats. Am I making sense? I'm sorry. I'm trying to be so respectful, and I know it's a lot for her to walk into the lion's den right now, and so I just want to hope I'm making sense. Please tell me you heard what I just said.
I heard it. I couldn't. You couldn't hear me.
Okay. So, like, when, you know, you were asking Maria, or was anybody asking, like, was she telling you guys, no, I have no idea? Because you were all mad about Paul being behind it when it first happened on the 19th. And then
Listen,
you all called me a liar for the 2 weeks after it until I got the footage. And then you saw me posting the police stuff. And then you all got mad at Paul again, like 2 days ago, after calling me a liar for 2 weeks. And now, then Brooke went live last night calling me every name in the book, which I didn't deserve. So did did you ask her?
she did not know. I promise you that. And I know you hate
No,
her.
but Vault, she did know. She already admitted to it. She knew. She
Okay.
knew.
I
Vault,
John,
you can't promise me. She
I
said it.
can.
She
I
said it
can
in Brooks
promise.
Live. I have the screenshots of it. She said, Paul asked me, Yahoo, Bambi, SoFlo. So Maria
The
knew.
day that that was found out, the day that that was all found out, I'm telling you right now, was the same day that that audio, or the day before that audio clip came out. I swear on my
Vault.
child, John,
But
I promise you.
Vault, I don't want you to swear on your kid. A, okay? I'm telling you, she already copped to it. She said that Paul asked me, Yahoo, Bambi, Amzi, SoFlo, and we all said no. That means that she knew it was happening. I mean, I got tipped off. I thought you tipped me off. I was wrong. It must have been Amzi. But one of the five tipped me off before it happened. So you can't sit here and tell me that Maria didn't know that Paul was behind it when she knew, because he asked her to call. And he asked five others to call, Vault. And
Okay. So
I mean,
if
like,
you do you want to know what happened or
so
no?
I do, but she knew before it happened. So whether she said no or not, whatever, but she knew it happened. And then she listened to me go live and threaten people because I needed to know who was behind it. And she knew the whole time. So now I will listen to it. So what you have to say.
So Paul asked a lot of people to do a lot of things a lot of times. So when you say sorry, I was reading chat. When you say like, oh, these people are his best friends and they shit talk, we've shit talked him the entire time. We've shit talked him to him.
I've
No,
seen that.
oh,
I agree with you. And you're
okay.
not making
So
it. But
Paul gets
so you've all shit talked him except two, Maria. Maria's the only one who hasn't shit talked him. Vault on his post. I'm not trying to turn you against anybody. I know that you, like, you wouldn't be here if you weren't trying to, like, get to the bottom of it. And I know,
That's all
and
we've been trying to
I
do.
know, but Vault, there are certain things that you can't ignore with this, and that's my point with you. Like, come on, we were friends. You know this is fucked up.
We all know it's fucked up. Even Maria thinks it's fucked up.
So
And I
Brooke
know
said that Debbie should have called Crime Stoppers and got a reward off of it yesterday. Like, come on, that's not
you,
screaming. This is fucked up. It's not. And so when
John, I
so
don't know
is
what you
Brooke not
expect people to.
is Brooke
I
not
don't
your
know what
friend?
I don't know what you expect people to do after you start.
I don't expect any of
Okay,
you to
can
be
I
nice to
talk
me in
though?
any way. Let me say this. You can, and I will give you the floor. I will mute myself. I don't expect any of you to ever be nice to me. The only thing I expect is for one of you, when you see something so heinous happening, to have the wherewithal to be like, this is too much. In this case, it was Amzi. But
I don't
yeah,
talk to AMZ.
I
I
think
don't talk to Britters. I don't talk to SoFlo. I don't talk to Debbie. Who else was it that you said? Phil. I don't talk to Phil. Like all of us, we don't talk to them. We do not. Did Maria have a friendship with Paul? Yes, she did. Does she now? No, she does not, because he does.
2 days ago, she was promoting his new YouTube channel.
Okay, well, John, I know you think that I'm
I
on
will
here
text
all
this
the
to
time.
you.
I'm not. I promise you, I'm
No,
not.
no. Well, I am not here. Like, we just got home after 2 weeks of fucking hell. Come on.
Okay, so what do you want, John? What do you want?
I want to know when I was threatening people and all your friends were scared. Why didn't Maria ever say like, "Well, I know it's Paul. He asked me." Did he? Did she ever tell you that while I was going live? That's what I want to know.
No. So what we were doing was trying to
So,
figure out.
so Maria
She was
knew the
trying to
whole
find.
time.
She was trying to find out. So Paul does talk a lot, John. Let's be
I
honest.
know,
The
but
first,
Walt, you can't get around that. She knew the. He asked her. He asked her to do it.
and then
He
he
asked a
turned
lot of
around and
people to do
denied
it.
it.
So
He
every
turned.
time, no, he didn't deny it. When you all were grilling him, he said, "I did it," and then that lie
Do you know
finished.
how long before that? Do you know how long before that live happened? We were fucking drilling him, and we said, "You're going to get on this fucking live and you're going to fess up." And then what did he do? He got on that live and he didn't fess up. And then he got on a second live, and the second live he got on, they were like, "Okay, well, we found," and literally the second live, we found out that same day the people he asked. So we went through the list. Did you ask this one? Did you ask this one? And who did he stall on and stop on? And he didn't want to out her. It was fucking Debbie. Maria's been working diligently. We've all been working diligently, just
Can't
like you
say that.
guys. And nobody wants to do
But
that, John.
Walt, the day when I posted the ring camera footage from
Mm-hmm.
Cody's mom's house, an hour before that, Maria was live on her channel saying that not only were the cops never at Cody's mom's house, but that um, Cody's mom didn't have cancer at all. So
The
how does
the
that
phone
change?
calls
How does that change like that?
the phone calls went to the police department, Indian River, and they said
I'm
no.
telling you that she knew from jump.
Okay,
Paul had asked.
this is where we're gonna have to agree to
All right,
disagree,
Paul had
because
asked her to do it. Right? She said no. Right?
right, right.
She knew about this. So when I went live, the thought never crossed her mind. No,
So
I'm sorry. The thought never crossed Maria's mind to tell everybody, well, you know what? Funny thing, Paul just asked me to call the cops to Cody's mom's house like a day or so ago.
who
This
did
must be
he
what this is
so
about.
who did it the first time, what did he say? I was asking people to help me call Seaside. I've been asking people to help me get in contact with Seaside. I don't know why Paul is so obsessed with anything in the US. You're threatening us, John. You literally are threatening us.
I was
And we
threatening you thanks to your friend's actions, and your friend Maria
Okay,
knew
okay,
about it
so
the whole time.
so let me
You
ask you
can't
this,
say that
John.
you can't
John,
say that I'm threatening you when it's when Maria, your friend, knew the whole time who made the phone call. She admitted to it. She said, "Yeah, Paul asked me, asked Sofa, asked Bambi, asked Yahoo. So we knew about it. We just didn't do it." So us saying no is where it stopped. So this whole time when I went live threatening people saying, "I need to know who called, I need to know who was behind it," and she
we
knew
were
the
trying to
whole time.
figure it out. That's what I'm saying.
She knew the whole. What were you trying to figure out? She knew the whole time.
Because there was conversations with Paul happening, and he said, "No, I never did. No, I never
Am I
did. No."
missing the mark here in the chat? Like, is there a different way I need to phrase this question?
Is but there is there a different way I need to answer the question when I'm
You're
telling
not
I
answering
know you
shit,
guys
just like Paul.
I know you guys don't want to believe this, but
Maria knew
literally
the whole time. What Volt?
he
Why
was
can't you just say, okay, Volt? Let me ask you yes or no questions.
did he ask Maria? Yes, he did.
And did he ask Maria before the phone call took place?
Before the phone call to the police department or to you?
to
or
Cody's
whatever you
mom's
got.
house,
Probably before. I mean, obviously, right?
right? Okay, so Maria knew, and then she
Okay.
knew and then when I went live, what happened?
Mhm. So you went live, you started losing your shit, you started saying it was
And
me,
then who knew? And then who knew the answer? This is a question I
Maria.
needed. Why
Maria
could
said
Maria just say it's Paul and Debbie? Because Vault, isn't
she
it
didn't
weird that
know.
all of a sudden,
John,
yes,
John,
but Vault, listen,
you're
Vault,
not listening.
okay,
You're not letting me answer the question. That's the
okay,
thing.
fine, I'm muted.
Okay? So, yes, he did ask her. She had no idea that Paul and Debbie did this at this point. Okay? So then she confronted Paul. Paul literally was denying, denying, denying. So we were like, Paul's story is not adding up because when Paul talks, you can tell when he's not answering the question, but he's answering the question. You know what I mean? So then the phone call started going to where the hell does this lady live? What county? Is she sheriff? Is she city? What is it? The calls went to the county. The county, nope, nobody came out. Nobody came out. And so as this is happening, you get the ring camera and you're showing it. So then we're like, okay, well, when the fuck was
Can
this?
I
Because
jump in for a minute?
obviously,
I let you talk. Can I just jump in for a minute? The ring camera only came in after 10 straight days of after Paul already admitting that he had done it. And then me saying I couldn't get the FOIA, then your whole story changed and said, John's a liar, Cody's a liar, cops never there. I had to make that point. Continue.
okay.
It
And
was
what would you say to us? What would you say to any of us? So you got somebody in the back end who's saying, "No, I never did it. I never ended up doing it. I couldn't find somebody to do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it." Okay. So you're saying you didn't do it.
But then
So
well, why would it take Amzi to tell me? Like somebody tipped me off,
I
right?
don't know. I honestly don't know who tipped
I
you
don't
off.
know. Well, according to what Maria said, it was Amzi, Tony Soflo, Yahoo, Bambi, and
Can I
I don't
respectfully
even
ask
know.
something? Can I respectfully ask something?
But that I could show you. I have it. Her saying it in the chat, so I'm not lying about it.
No, I know. And can I respectfully ask
Yeah,
you
please.
something?
Yeah.
Can you ask Rakin to shut the entire fuck up? Because I was a really good friend to Rakin. Why she turned around and doxed me, and why
Well,
she's
we were
shit,
all good friends with each other, and here we all are.
why she's turning around? Yeah, but John, I didn't do shit to Rakin. Why is she turning around mocking me in the chat and talking shit in the chat when I never did fuck shit to her? Moving on. So, what were you saying? Oh, you saw the text. Yes, we know the conversation that happened.
But you're
It's
not
not
mad at Maria at all. Like you heard me say the threats, right?
because, John, I'm
I was
telling you
listening
right
for this.
now, on the back end, we've heard the conversation. Just because we weren't live does not mean the conversations weren't had. You are sitting up here saying, did nobody say anything? Did Maria not say anything? Did nobody say,
She
hey, Paul,
didn't.
this is wrong? Dude, seriously.
She knew the whole time. You just said
Okay,
it by your own admission. She knew that it was being planned. She said no to it. So you, Vault, and your friends, right? You all listen to me go live and threaten all of you. Meanwhile, Maria, my threats were, I just want to know who made the call over
and
and
that's
over
what we
and
were
over
asking.
again. And Maria knew who was behind it the whole time, and you let her do it. So
But that's
either
where you're not understanding me. That's where you're not understanding. Yes. Did Paul ask her? Yes. Did she say no? I am in a court battle with this man. I am not doing shit to him. I
I
don't
don't want
care.
you to talk about Paul. I'm just this has got nothing to do with Paul.
No,
This is
it's gonna.
talking about like she knew the whole time. Yahoo knew. Yahoo knew the whole time, and then he posted a
We
fake
don't
police
talk to
call. No,
him
wait,
though.
no. Yahoo knew, posted. He knew the whole time, and then he posted a 4-year-old police call on his page with Maria talking on. Like,
I
and
don't
you
know.
were
I
saying this
honestly
was
don't
not a
know anything
cover up.
about that. I
Yeah,
don't.
it's
I don't
it's
know anything about
unfortunate
it
that the things you don't know about.
because you know what? Because you know why, John? truthfully, those group chats came out. You doxed me. Well, wait. Let me back that up. Reagan doxed me to JJ, who turned around and doxed me, who turned around and gave the information to you, who turned around and doxed my child. Jules was over there doxing my job.
If you're trying to make me feel sorry for you right now,
No,
it's
I'm not.
the
I'm really
wrong.
not,
It's
because
the
here's the
wrong
thing.
time, Vault. It's the wrong.
Here's the thing, John. This is my point in telling you this. So all of this happens, right? We, and you know who we is, all shut down. Because if you paid attention to any chats or anything, like whoever's watching these lives, if you paid attention, we're all not there. We are all not there. You all can go back to the day one of this happening, right?
But Vault, you would
No,
agree with me, right? That when it first happened on June 19th and I went live and lost my shit, nobody was saying, John saying crazy threats. It was all of you trying to get to the bottom of it because such a horrible fucking thing was done.
right.
And don't, and I was amazed. I was. And remember, I was saying, like, I can't believe that Vault and Brooke was texting me. I'm like, I can't believe Terry Lynn. Like, I was flummoxed.
Reagan, I did that shit because you turned around and
No,
I
Vault,
trusted you.
Vault, Vault.
No, because you can bring her up. You turned around, Reagan, and gave my
I can bring
information to
Reagan up, and you
JJ.
guys can, if you want, I will
No,
bring Reagan
she
up.
runs, John. That's the thing.
Vault,
She
can we
runs.
finish this first?
Fine, go
I will
ahead.
bring Reagan up, and you can have your moment with her. I'm fine with that. I'm sure
She won't come up because I
Reagan will come up.
literally texted her. I literally texted her to check on her. After she did that stream where she was so upset, I texted her. Ask her. Ask her what the last text was to her. Go ahead, continue. You dox me, Reagan, you're getting it back. That's all I'm saying. You fuck with my child, you're getting it back.
Vault, but
Period.
you
Period.
put, but
Go
Vault,
ahead, John, on your case.
okay, Vault, I don't know you and Reagan's past. I don't. Okay, but what I can say is that you hid behind
Yes, she
anonymity.
did,
You
Crystal.
know,
Yes,
Vault.
the fuck she did,
Listen,
Crystal. She's
Vault.
the only one that had my phone number. She turned around and gave that information to JJ, who ran a background check. Yes, the fuck she did, Crystal. Go ahead,
Vault.
John. I'm gonna
You
stop reading the chat because they're getting their whole other wrath now. Go ahead.
Vault. You did hide behind anonymity for a long time, saying these fuckers.
Because there's a reason. Just because
But
I
you
don't go
did
live
that, and
about
you
that
said these
shit.
people would never figure out who I am, and you got nastier and nastier.
Because,
So
John, you talked shit about my child.
I don't even know your son's name, Vault. You know
Yes,
that.
you do.
No, I don't.
I have a clip of you saying his name, John.
I must have got it right one time. I don't know. I don't
You,
know your son's. I don't even know. Like I thought you lived in California up until your fucking
John,
identity
stop.
came out.
You said my son's name and then you talked about my
Oh my god.
ex-husband's
Okay, so then
record.
right now I couldn't tell you your own fucking name, let alone your son's. Okay.
Okay, but my
Like,
point
I
is
don't
with
know.
that, John, is you're
You make it
saying
seem
you
like,
didn't
oh,
know and you did
what?
know. And
Okay,
then you
well,
mocked
what
that
did
my
I do to your
ex-husband
son?
had a record, but if you're looking at his record, you know what the record is for.
And what have you said about me? Like Debbie was saying, I have a record. Come arrest me with my fucking husband. Like
I don't
really?
talk to Debbie. She's crazy, dude.
But you
She
know,
is crazy.
all right, me and you are both getting like, let's take a breath because I don't want this conversation
All right,
to
go ahead.
stop or
All
end
right.
poorly.
All right.
So
All right. Fair enough. Go.
I'm going to refill my soda bottle and take a minute. And don't read the vault. Don't read the vault. Don't read the chat. It's not me pouring vodka into the soda bottle either. Just FYI on that. Fucking Okay. I don't even know where to go. I don't-
Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. At the end of the day, John, it's going
I
to
honestly
be
if I said your son's name, I said it, but
at the
you
end of
make
the
it
day,
seem like I
John.
took food off your table. I never did. And Vault, we all know how this all fell out. I'm not going to talk to you about it right here. And if I would love to talk to you on the phone, to be honest with you.
I am not giving anybody my number ever again.
Well, I know people know how to make spoof numbers here. So if you want to make a Google Voice number and call me,
Are you
um,
there?
I think that a lot more might be
Can we
ach-
just
achieved than on a public platform like this right now, where everybody wants an answer from somebody. I really am trying to be fair. And Vault, this is coming from we just got home 3 days ago from this shit.
okay? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we just agree that y- we're all never going to agree? Can we agree that we're never going to agree? You have what has happened set in your mind. I know what
Oh,
has.
well, all right. Tell me in your mind what you think my set emotions are with what happened. Tell me.
Well,
Tell me.
from what.
Tell me what you think I think of all this, or my plan.
Well, your plan is to kill us. It's fucked up that Cody's mother was,
You
or
really think that my plan's to kill you?
John, I have never heard you act like that. I've heard you rage drunk, and I have never heard you say the death threats that you have said. So
Yeah, and
yes.
you all deserved it. And you know
No,
what? You
nobody
know what,
deserves
Paul?
death
You know
threats,
what?
John. Nobody deserves
Maria
death.
knew the whole time.
Okay.
Every time I went live for those 2 weeks, I wanted to know who was behind it. Maria
And we
knew the
wanted
whole
to know too,
And then
John.
all of a sudden, Brooke is talking to Paul that day before we get, it's weird, Vault, right? I didn't know it was Debbie until the day before Brooke went live and said, I got the text between Debbie. It was Debbie. It was Debbie. It was Debbie. I didn't even think it was Debbie. But
Nobody did.
so isn't it weird that before the FOIAs came through, that Brooke and Maria already knew it was Debbie? And to double back on
They
that,
did it.
don't you think it's also weird that all of a sudden Maria and Brooke got texts between Debbie and Paul saying the cops are only 10 minutes away? This all happened before I got any word from any local police that Debbie was the one that called, and this was the day before. That doesn't strike odd to you in any way?
John, we got literally the same person. All right, so here's the deal. You can believe it or not believe it, roll your eyes or not. We literally got the same email. I'm telling you what I saw. We literally got the same email you
You
got.
were doing it because I was digging on my community tab. All you want to say,
John,
Maria
I'm
wanted me.
telling you right now,
Well,
John.
you can't say that we were trying
Okay,
to
I
get the answers.
can't say it.
When the day before, Maria was saying, before I got the ring camera footage, right before it, should I play the live right now with Maria saying that we're liars? Heidi's up there saying we're scamming people for cancer.
John,
You want me to
was
play it
that
right
before or after your
now?
ring camera was shown?
It was.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna
I
ask,
didn't even
John.
answer it. You said before, after. I said, and then you just okay, fine.
Here's what I'm gonna ask, John. We know who did it now, for sure.
But
Paul and
you keep
Debbie.
forgetting that you lied about in the middle, and then this whole Heather McDonald thing came up to
John, I
even
don't even know
deflect
who the
more.
fuck Heather McDonald is,
I
dude.
know, but Vault, you can eat. It's either you want to come guns blazing and protect your friends, and here I am. But then, like, you
You're
can't.
calling me
But when I
day after
question you,
day to come on
but
your
when I
live,
question
dude.
you about things being said, oh, I didn't hear that, and I didn't know, and I didn't know, didn't
Right.
know how you said that, didn't know
John, I'm
that.
speaking the God honest truth. I swear on the freaking Bible. I swear on my child's soul. I'm speaking the God's honest truth. You think that we were all sitting there like tee hee hee and knew, and we didn't know. We were
Maria knew.
Maria was grilling Paul like, "Did you fucking do it?" And he was
She
like, "No,
did it.
no," because
She
he
did
heard
it 2 days ago. Where was Maria grilling Paul on the 19th? Maria never grilled Paul. Brooke grilled
not
Paul.
where
You
you
grilled
could.
Paul. Terry Lynn grilled Paul.
We
Tony
grilled
grilled
him
Paul.
live.
Not Maria. Because you know what Maria was doing on the 20th and 21st? Kissing Paul's ass, saying he's a great guy. So which way you want to vote?
John, I'm telling you the truth, and I don't
You're
know
not
what else.
telling me the truth.
I am
I'm
telling you the
calling you out
truth.
on, you know,
John, I'm telling you the fucking truth.
look at my community tab, Bull. Get on your phone and look to see her defending him while this is happening. So you can't be like, oh, Marie was mad at him, and then, but she didn't see the camera footage, so she's calling you a liar. But then she's mad at him again. It doesn't work like that.
Okay. I don't know what you want me to say, so
I
I can
want to
only
be
tell you what I
honest.
know. I can tell you what I know. I can tell you what I've heard. I can tell you
So, Bull,
how
can you tell me
bad
that you'll never talk about me again?
who, me?
Yeah,
You're not going to talk about me? You're not going to talk
never
about
again.
Jennifer
I
Sweets?
will. No, I can only do it with one person at a time.
John, it's all or none.
So you want me to make a peace treaty with you and everybody else that fucking was behind this? And say, I would want to do it mano y mano. You want me to be like, well, it doesn't work like that. It's me and
Okay.
Bolt on screen. You want to invite Jennifer and all them up? Then give them links.
They're probably sleeping, honestly. I was woken up.
Wait,
So,
Jennifer lied today about what?
I don't know what the I don't know.
Like I just want this to end, and like what was done.
Okay, so you wanted to end.
Yeah,
Stop saying they. It was Paul and
you
Debbie.
speak in we. You said we a million times. It's we.
Because you know who we is, John. I
No,
know. Yes.
yeah, I know who we
It
is. It's
wasn't Jenna.
Paul,
It
Maria,
we
and Debbie. That's we. And Yahoo and Bambi and Amzi
I
and
don't talk
Sonny
to those
Silverall.
people,
That's
John.
we.
Maria doesn't talk to those people. Phil maybe here and there. Is
Maria
Phil even
doesn't talk to whom?
what'd you say, Bambi, Debbie? Nobody's talked to Debbie because if you've seen Debbie, she's like she's fucking nuts. She's talking Nazi shit. What the fuck is that? I don't know. Nobody knows. It's crazy. Nobody wants to talk to her because
So
she's
then you would
lied.
agree with Brooke telling Debbie yesterday on her live that she tried to false strike me for that. Like, not only was Debbie right to call, but it was Debbie's civic duty, and that Debbie should have called Crime Stoppers to get a reward.
No, I don't agree with that. I
Thank
don't
you.
agree with that. I don't agree. I don't personally. I'm not a cop caller, so I don't agree with any cop calling.
I have 42 cop calls that your friend Maria has called to my police department alone.
And
On what
if you don't think
3 times
anybody
I
that's
called cops to Maria's house. Once when she said I was harboring guns, and the second time was to try to get her arrested on her TPO.
okay,
42 times.
she has a lot of police calls to her house as well.
Not from me.
Um,
Otherwise, you all would have shown them.
you can't show that shit right now,
No,
John.
you can.
Maybe a lawyer has it.
Well, yeah.
Because let's be honest,
Volt, you seem to be like a stand-up person who doesn't like to, who has the same morals that we all do here, except everybody that you're around does not fit that bill.
okay. Well, that's where we're gonna agree to disagree, because you have a vendetta against a couple of people, and
No,
you
I have
believe.
no Volt, you think I have vendettas? All I want to do is be left alone. Like,
Why
Volt,
did you ever
Volt,
apologize to
you're friends with
Sweets?
Cooch and E11, right? Who run channels, hate channels, making a lot of money off me. Like imagine if I had run hate channels on them or you. Would you like a 24-hour hate channel just on you? And like, where's Vault? Did she take a shit? What color's her tile?
Okay.
Where's her kid go to school?
Are
Like,
you gonna apologize to Sweets and her husband the way that, and why was she
and what you
doxxed?
messed up already, Vault, was that I already did. But
Okay.
I guess you must have missed that too, right?
Okay. See, that's the shit, John. Like,
Because you said you come to my channel and say, "Are you gonna apologize?" And I
I
already
came to your
fucking did.
channel because
So
I was
don't come.
woken up,
Well,
and
well, don't
again,
try to make me look like shit in my own house because I already did. I went live. I said,
okay, then I
I
missed
didn't
it,
scare
and I will
anybody.
check in.
From the
I
bottom of
missed
my
it.
heart, I am sorry if I really did make anybody feel scared. I did. But then, yeah, I heard you say yesterday, well, John's never going to apologize. And I did. But
Well, I didn't hear it, so I
of you,
apologize. I
you broke.
apologize.
Okay,
If
accepted.
you
Well,
apologize,
all of you went live and on your channel and saying, "Oh, well, of course we knew about it, but fuck
no,
John."
she didn't
Like
say that. She didn't say that. Of course, we
she
knew
did,
about it.
she did,
No,
she did,
she did
and she
not say
said,
about
"Why
it.
would we stop it?"
What she said is, if we knew
Well,
about it, it's not our duty to
no,
tell John.
and
Yes,
no.
yes.
Okay, Volt. Maria said she knew about it, and she says, "Fuck me, I'd never stop it." Brooke said Maria knew about it, and why should she stop it? So stop it there.
Okay, John.
Don't say "okay, John" like you're placating me. Like that was said
I'm
yesterday on your channel.
no, I'm telling you
Are
what
you
was said.
okay?
If we knew
Do you
why,
did you catch Debbie's dementia?
so what are you talking about with
Did
Debbie?
you catch Did you
Oh, I
catch
see.
Debbie Sundowner's dementia?
No, I'm telling you what was
She's
said.
been
You
doing a lot of self
misunderstood what was
blaming.
said, John. What was said was, if we knew, we wouldn't tell you. That's
Right.
what was said. That's what Ann said. If I knew, I wouldn't tell you because she
And
doesn't owe you
Maria knew,
anything.
and she didn't say anything. Yahoo knew. They all knew. Maria, Volt. What do you think of your friend Maria, who's a cancer survivor? Right, right. Maria's 61. Well, my mother-in-law,
Summer, that
Betty.
did happen.
No, Volt. Listen to this. My mother-in-law Betty is 64. And this is her fourth go at cancer. She had a double mastectomy, had both her tits cut. She takes care of Cody's mentally handicapped sister her whole life. Cody's sister is
And why
50.
do you think we were
And no,
yelling
listen
at
to me. No,
Paul?
Walt, please listen to me.
I've heard
Cody,
you.
no,
Like,
no, Walt,
literally,
please
you
listen to me.
said
Cody's
it in
sister
2 days.
she has the mind of an 8-year-old, and Cody's sick mother, who's battled cancer many times in her life, is taking care of her. And then you have people calling the cops to their house and bothering their life. And while Cody's mom was in the middle of a chemo drip, and she's
John,
61.
did you dox Sweet
So
today? Did you dox Sweets today? Did you dox her today? Because I'm getting information that you did.
no.
Okay, so the evidence that I have that you did is not
Why is
evidence.
this now like a thing? I went live 3 times tonight on my porch showing fireworks. The second time I went live tonight, I was showing my condiment drawer for my fucking refrigerator. And the third time I'm live now is with you.
Okay, so here's the thing, John. We're not getting anywhere.
No,
I
I
have
thought
to
I was
work.
getting
I have
somewhere
to
because
work
I
in
was talking
four
about
hours.
no, Volt.
I have.
You made me
You
feel
want to
bad
have
about
a
your son. So why
conversation
don't
with?
you listen to about what you did, what your friends did to my mother and
I know what they did, John. You've been
no,
saying it for
no,
2 days.
don't. No, you
Yes, I
don't.
do, and that's
Did
why
you
we
know that
all said it was fucking wrong.
Cody's mom had Cody after she had her tubes
I
tied,
know,
and that was
John.
her
You
miracle
told the
baby? Did you know that?
story. You
Did you know
told,
that that's her only son? And yeah,
John. You've
Cody
told
has,
the fucking
and you know what?
story.
Cody hasn't seen her in a long time.
Okay,
And
John.
your
John,
friends
we're
want to
getting
say, well,
nowhere,
you go to
John. You
Angela's.
have said this live so many times. If you want to have a conversation with me, we will
Well,
have it
tell me how
offline.
I
We
did.
will
I
have it
tell.
offline.
Okay, well,
I have to go to
guys
work
in the
in
chat,
4
did I
hours.
dox Sweets?
I was told you dox Sweets, and I'm not going to tolerate that. So if you want to have a conversation, we will have it offline.
So this
Because
is your way of
seriously,
seeing yourself out. I doxed somebody, which I didn't do, and this is
okay,
your way out.
so we will have a conversation. If you
Well,
want to
you
have
know
a
what?
conversation,
Well, you have my phone number. You
I
can text
don't.
me.
That's the thing. You keep saying
516-306-0633.
just put it in the private chat.
You've texted me from my number plenty of times before,
I
Vol.
only texted. That was like 2 years ago, John. I literally deleted you out.
Same number. Oh, so you don't know my number just like you don't know what's being said on the YouTube streets, right?
I know it's been said the past day and a half.
D-
Literally,
Well, if
what
you
did I
only
say on
know
my
a day and
live?
a half
What
worth
did
of
I say
material,
on my
don't talk
live,
about
John?
don't talk.
What did I say on my live? I said
I
we
was
have
just
all been
asking you
silent.
about.
Silence is getting us nowhere. We have not
Well,
talked about you.
I was, and not once did I call you by your name. So just
Yes,
like
you have. You called me by my name yesterday,
on
dude.
this live tonight, right now.
Not on this live, but you called me by my
Okay,
name
so I'm
yesterday.
saying I'm trying to be as respectful as possible.
Okay, and
I
what
was
I'm
saying
asking
to
you
you,
now,
I was telling you about Cody's sick mother and how your friend Maria is a cancer patient and how she knew that this was being done. How she knew that you can huff and puff all you want. She knew. She was asked.
Reagan,
And
I
she said
don't
no,
care.
but she
Reagan, I
knew
didn't
it was
say that
happening.
shit.
So somebody, and my
Reagan, I
mother-in-law
didn't
is
say that shit.
54.
Reagan, if you want to have a fucking
You
conversation, we
are
can have a
hooked on Rakin
conversation.
for the wrong reason, right? Vault, this is me and
No,
you, not you and
look
Rakin.
what she's fucking accusing me of. I didn't
Because
say that shit. How about this? When somebody does shit and somebody says shit, let's direct them by the name on both sides. Instead of
why
saying they
can't
over
you
there and
just
they over there,
pop?
it's John did this, Rakin did that,
Because you know why,
Paul did
Vault? Because
this.
we're all listening to you just blindly deny. Like, if I
No, that's
said
what you
2
want to
plus
believe.
2 is
What do you
4,
want,
that's
John?
what
What do you
you're
want? What do you
doing.
want as proof?
You're
What do you
saying,
want
well,
as
Maria
proof?
says 2 plus 2 is 5, so it's 5. That's you the whole night. You just can't.
No,
You can't
okay.
even admit that she fucking knew when she knew and she said it.
John, I was
And then
telling
she
you
made
what
you worry.
happened. I was telling you word for word what
She made
happened.
you
And you,
worry. You guys got
okay, you
mad at
want
the
me to
threat.
say
She
she knew.
made you
You
worry.
want me to say
She
she knew. Okay, she knew.
okay, Vol.
That's what you
So did
want, John.
Maria
Listen
not
to you.
know Paul was behind it the whole time?
Okay.
So did Maria not know Paul was behind it the whole time?
I told you, and you cut me off earlier. Did Paul ask Maria? Yes. Did Maria say no? Yes.
Right.
When
So
when
when
you
this
got tipped
happened
off, when
and
you
I
got
went
tipped,
live and threatened the whole
when
fucking
you got
world,
tipped off and
she
started
could have stopped
threatening,
that lickety split
Paul got
because
the
she
same
knew
threats
the
from
whole
us.
time. She
Paul got
knew the
the
whole time. But
Paul.
she needed me to look bad online
Okay,
so she could
I'm
use it
dropping
against
because
me.
you want it to be something. It's not. Seriously, John. If you want to have a conversation, we'll have a
She knew the whole
conversation.
time.
Put okay, whatever. Put your phone number in the private chat, and I'll contact
Yeah, I
you.
put my phone number in the public chat. I'll do you one better. And you contact me and then we'll talk. And then um
Because I am like, this is going nowhere, and I
my
literally have to
point,
be at
Paul,
work in
and I know
4
we're kind of
hours.
getting off the rails a little bit here, and that's both
Okay.
of our
I
faults.
was trying to be respectful to you and try to give you answers, but that's not what you want. So
No, I just want
let's
you
take a
to say,
breather. Let's
I
take a
just want
breather.
you to own the fact that like Maria knew the whole
Okay.
time. So when she heard me go live saying I just want answers, she can't you just say it? Like you heard me vote, you heard me say the threats, right? You've all been live about them. And I just said, I want to know who called. I want to know who called.
And
Ooh.
that's the same conversation that was happening in the background.
But it's not the same conversation when
Okay.
you're saying that the call never happened and we're lying and that Cody's
Okay,
mom
because
doesn't have cancer.
Maria
Maria
said
said Cody's mom doesn't have cancer. Me and Cody are
I
lying. The
never
cops
heard
are never
that. I
there.
heard that
Okay, let me pull
the
it up then.
the questioning happened was
Let me
because
pull
you
it up then, because obviously you need to hear it, and then
okay.
we'll just do it that way.
All right. John, can we do this tomorrow? Please. I have to go to work in like 4 hours. I'm so fucking tired. Put your
Fine.
phone number or do it
It's in
tomorrow.
the chat. It's right there. Fine.
Wait, what chat?
It's right there. It's on screen. That's
right,
my number.
hang on, let me pull it up. All right, I took a screenshot. I'm dropping. We will resume this tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you for coming up.
All right, let's just take a breather and chill out.
Yep. Thank you. I appreciate you coming into my channel and addressing things. I
All
appreciate
right,
that.
we'll get to the bottom of this, and we can agree to disagree, or we can agree just to stop mentioning each other, whatever. But let's just deal with it tomorrow, seriously. All right.
Thank you, Vault. Have a good night.
Thanks. Bye.
And out of respect to Vault, before I say anything I'll regret, I will end this live on my end, and then y'all can talk about it amongst yourselves, and we'll see if the next conversation ever happens. Have a good night, everybody.